What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything. Personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast. And I am super excited to have special guest, the one and only listen here, the actress, the one and only Bailey Tippen. How's it going, sis?
It's going well. First of all, I want to say I'm so excited to be on this show and I'm just ready for some fun. Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. Amazing. It's an honor to have you. Oops, I'm actually bumping my light. So let me just take a step for a sec. But yeah, it's an honor to have you on. You are so beautiful, sis, and out here doing your thing. Listen, it's just an honor to have you, like I said before, and let's get into it. Let's talk about Bailey Tippen and who this young lady is. So let the people know who you are and what's your name.
Hi, my name is Bailey Tippen. I'm an actress from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been acting for like about 10 years. And
that's about it. Acting about 10 years. Listen, she is from the A. When I come to Atlanta, they always say, well, G. Wade always said, you are from A2, I'm from A1. So I'm A2 when I come there. Arkansas be in the building. So I'm excited to have you, Bailey. I have known you for quite some time now, few years. I would say more than a few years, but it's an honor to have you on the show. So let's have some fun today and just really talk about who you are and where you've been and where you're going and what to look forward to. So you started out, you said about 10 years ago. So what got you into acting in the beginning?
what got me into acting? So I would love just entertainment. I love doing like plays and I love watching TV. So I would see people on TV and I was like, I can do that. I can do that. Put me on that show. I can do that.
Right.
And from there, I was like, okay, well, how can we get there? So I just started doing auditioning, and then I got with an agency, and then it just took off from there.
Yeah. So how hard was it for you to get with an agency?
It wasn't too hard. I met with my first agency, and they took me in just like that. They're like,
really?
yes,
So just your first agency that seen you just got with that one. Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So the connection was just immediately great.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I know for a lot of young people your age and younger, their parents are with them and all that. So your mom does a lot of your, connecting and being with you along the road. How is that for you?
Oh, it's phenomenal. My mom, she's so supportive in everything I do. And she lets me know, like, hey, follow what you're passionate about, and I'll be there to help guide you through it.
That's awesome. So I really take my hat off to your mom. I know how your mom is, and she is so supportive of her children's dreams and their goals and what they want to accomplish in life. So that's one thing that drew me to your mom's her personality of caring for her children and loving her children and just pushing you guys to be the best that you can be. So that's amazing. I love that you guys have that friendship too. So how's that friendship doing? Because every video that I see you guys, y'all smiling and laughing and making each other laugh. So how's that?
It's amazing. It's amazing having a phenomenal mother who's nurturing and guides you through everything, but also having a mother who's your best friend that you can chill with, make jokes with. It's awesome. She is really everything. She's superwoman.
Yeah, that's awesome too, because I can say that about my mom too. I was actually talking to her today and about a decision that I had to make as well, and just letting her know my decision. And I was like, and she was like, well, what you gonna do? So I was like, my mind was already made up anyway. So I was like, I said, Mom, I'm just letting you know because, letting parents know what you're going to do and how you feel about a situation or how you feel. So is it with your agency and with your mom, do you have a big percentage of making the choices, the decisions of what, like even being in a commercial or starting in a movie? Is that, or your mom is more like, oh, let's do this one, Bailey. I see you doing good in this. Is that, do you have that decision in that making as well?
Most definitely. I have full control. Everything I get from my agents, and it gets sent through both of us. And my mom's like, okay, is this what you want to do? Is this the direction you want to go in first? And then I make the shots from there. And yeah.
So how hard is it for you, like when you get a role? How hard is it to you just to set Bailey aside, or do you even set Bailey aside to even like really practice on the roles that you play? And how hard is that for you?
Okay, so with acting, I feel like every project I do, there is a piece of me into my work. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about art in general. Everything you put into your work is going to be like a piece of you. And that's what makes it so different. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. So for me, like me being a singer, I definitely have to put myself into whatever song that I'm going to sing or perform. And it has to come from like within to like from the heart to just really put all your into it. So that's really good. I like that. I know a lot of cases for a lot of actresses and actors, they have to really sometimes put themselves aside and get into a different major, even maybe a drama or a drastic, role. And I always wonder, like, I wonder how in the world do they do that?
Yeah.
Look, my hair's getting up, so I'm gonna put my hair down a little bit. So I know for me, I don't think it will be difficult for me to do because I definitely want to step into acting just a little bit. But I'm definitely excited to like, okay, this is a new journey for me. I'm going to do different things. So I want to step into acting just a little bit. So what would you say to me personally, your Aunt Crystal, like, what do I need to prepare for?
Okay, well, first I want to say this, if this is for you, you go and pursue it passionately. Okay. Now, I want to prepare you for um you're going to have a lot of auditions, a bunch of auditions, and your goal as an actress is to get as many as auditions as you can. Now, I need
Right.
you to be prepared for when you get those no's because they do come for about
Mhm.
every 15, 20 audition you may do, you might only get 5 yeses from those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just be prepared. Know that it's not going to be, oh, I got it. you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
be prepared. You have to be dedicated for the craft because it's going to take time and patience.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you for that too. So, Crystal, get prepared for the no's. You may have 10 or 15 auditions, but if 5 yeses come out of those, I will be all right. So, Bailey, so let's get into a little bit about what you have done and actually what you do still. So, you are an actress, a singer, and a dancer.
Yes.
So, what motivates you the most to continue to do all three?
Oh my gosh, I have God by my side through everything. He's the one that fills me up in the morning and gets me ready for the day to pursue everything that he called me down here to do.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that too, because I know for me to even do what I do, I'm like, Lord, because Bailey, for real, like seriously, I was so shy. Like growing up, I was super shy. I would always be quiet around my sisters, around my family, around, everybody. So it's crazy. Like when I think about where I come from to where I am now, to where I'm like talking to different, like you, actresses and actors and independent artists and all these people that I'm like so amazed by. I even talked to Dr. Bobby Jones, like serious. My last interview was with him, and I was like, I am so honored. I was saying this dude, this man is like an ambassador, Dr. Bobby Jones. And I was so honored to even have him because I've watched him since I was a little girl all the way up to now, to where I can actually speak with him over a interview and just really tell him what an impact he has placed upon my life. So who has done that for you?
Oh my gosh, I can relate so much to your story. When I was younger, I would watch TV. Like I said, I used to watch a bunch of movies, and one of the movies that stuck out the most to me was The Princess and the Frog.
Oh, I love that cartoon.
My favorite movies is actually one of those movies that's kind of inspired me to start acting as well. And I was just so blessed to actually get to work with her, Nika Nani Rose, on The Watsons Go to Birmingham, where she plays my auntie. And let me tell you, she's just the
Wow.
kindest person. She has the sweetest soul, and she's so down to earth. It was
Oh, wow. So, okay, so let me tell you what happened to me. This is serious. This is on the serious note. So I've seen Ken Jones. Ken Jones is huge in the gospel industry. He's Christian hip hop, however you want to say, rapper, how you want to put it. But he's a great actor, singer, and all that. So when I seen him, I'm like, and I scared the guy. I scared him, and he was like, "Whoa!" So I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I was so embarrassed, but I was super excited, so excited to see him and meet him for the first time. And he was cool after that. And, we kind of like talked, and I was on the road singing with my sisters, so it was really fun. Yeah, I scared the guy, so. I'm glad you was keeping it cool and wasn't like me, like scaring people. You have to, people always tell me, or even G Ways tell me, you need to relax. Just relax when you get around. Act like you know somebody. Don't act crazy. Act like you've been somewhere. But listen, it's just a great thing to see the people that inspire us to just keep going, because they really don't know what kind of impact they put on our lives to really motivate us to keep going and really reaching our goal and never quit. I know so you've been on a cover of a magazine, and it was Ouch magazine. So how was that for you?
It was so much fun. It gave me a chance to really put myself out there, and I just loved every bit about it. From the photo shoots to the creative direction we used for the pictures, and I love the experience.
Yes, that's awesome. So you're 18, right?
No,
18 years old?
I'm under 18.
You're still what? Bailey, tell
Not
the people. Oh God, tell me. You're not
I'm around mid-teens.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll take that. We'll take that. But oh my goodness, that's amazing. So I can really sit here. That puts me on a different level of even seeing you now. Like, whoa, wow. I'm so blessed to have you in my life, and you're doing amazing things and wonderful things as a young lady. Kudos to you, sis. So I know, like, being on a cover of a magazine, I've been in a magazine, but being on a cover of a magazine where everyone can see you, young people can see you, elderly people, older people can see you. So what type of, or I could say, did you get any type of anxiety or worry of how people will view you as a young lady on a cover of a magazine?
Um, no, I actually didn't get any. Yeah.
That's cool. Like, I really like that because, for me, I'm such a worry wart. Like, I always wonder what people think about me. And I always say that's a really bad thing for me to even think that way. Because for me, I would worry about what people thought about me. And that I may be on another level of saying, Crystal, that's weird. You don't need to be doing that. But I would think for me, being on the cover of a magazine, what people would think about me or how they would view me as a person.
Mhm.
A lot of people really don't care. They just really doing, I wouldn't say don't care, but they're just out there doing it and being the best they can be. And I see that with you. So I like that. I love that you have that confidence and that courage to just really be who you are as a young woman that's out here, actress, doing your thing. And I love that. Um, what would you say to a young lady that's actually viewing your magazine and take that magazine up there, the Ouch magazine, and say, "Hey, mom, I want to be like her. I want to do this." Well, what would you say?
Um, I would say to that young girl, to pursue your dreams. Do what
Yeah,
makes you excited to wake up in the morning, what makes you excited to go to sleep at night, what you dream about. Just follow it, because
yeah,
there's so many things you could be doing out there, and there's so many things that you could see yourself in, but it takes you to get started with it.
Right. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know I posted something on Facebook about what you just said too. It takes you to reach. I forget what I posted now. I post a lot of stuff on my story. Um, but it's definitely just really like going after what you want in life and not allowing the opinions of others to deter you from where you want to reach in your life, your goals. It may be even a place you want to vacation to finish in a class, to graduating high school, to graduating college. It's just really up to the individual to really make it their personal thing. I told KJ, I said, KJ, I'm so proud of you, son. I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse. I said, you have graduated high school. That's a big accomplishment. Now you're in college. So let's really think about what you want to do. Don't let anyone take from you or really deter you from where you wanted to go in life and what you want to do. So I really love that you are just really seeking after your goals and accomplishing them. So we're going to talk about a little bit of what things that you've been on. One of them was Cooking Up Christmas. It was the OWN network, Cooking Up Christmas, during the Christmas season. And you played the role of Vanessa, the middle child of the Jackson family. So how was that for you?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Vanessa, she knows exactly what she wants, and she will not stop to get it done. She will
Yeah.
keep on going, which is kind of similar to me. She has drive. I have drive in my career. She has drive in getting this chef out of this house, which was pretty fun to play.
That's awesome. So I know the Jackson family. Is that any type of relationship from the Jackson family to your family now? Is there any comparison? Like, oh my gosh, we're just this crazy family. We love each other. We have so much fun. So is there anything compared to your family at home?
It's so funny because while we were shooting that show, the movie, we were like, oh my gosh, we're like the Jacksons. Because literally our last name is Jackson.
That's
So
awesome.
we were just making that comparison. We did some singing in the film. We did, of course, some acting, but it was really fun. It was really fun.
That's cool. That's so
I
cool.
feel like there is kind of like a similarity between us and the Jacksons.
Yeah, yeah. So did you say that you had some similarities to Vanessa, the role that you're playing in that show, The Jacksons, or Cooking Up with Christmas? Did you say that you had some similarities to her?
Yeah, I could say that. It was
Because she's really like into style and photography, right?
she is
Okay, so
very
are you
artistic.
into fashion or anything like that?
I love fashion. I love fashion so much. Because it's what you can put to the table. Like it's creative. There is no right, there is no wrong. You just
Right, yeah.
do what you like. And
I'm so gonna steal that from you.
yeah, you just do what you like.
Yeah. So with that, are you looking into getting into fashion yourself?
That could be something down the line. Um, I could most definitely see myself doing that.
That's cool. That's cool. I love it. um, it seemed like you had a really great time doing that show. Super funny. I'm super proud of you in that because when I seen you, it was like, oh my gosh, like it's really so surreal of seeing someone that you know, like being an actress and pursuing what their dreams is. So I know for you, you've been into let me name a few here. The role of what is this? I'm trying to think of this name here. Okay, so the NBC Constantine. I seen a part, like a clip of that, and I was like, where I think the guy name was John. Was it John that you were? I want to say that, but you were like kind of talking to someone and then he pulls you away. I was like, no, don't do it. So it was really a great scene. So I love that. So even in that, you had to have, I think it was more like a little attitude that you had to have, more like a sorrow, crying. How did you even, partake in that part, that scene, that one little scene that I sing?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that role was pretty heavy. It was so heavy. And um so like I said, with every role there's a part of me in. Um
Right.
I would put so in that role I was crying, of course, and when you're like 9 years old, like
Yeah.
here to cry about. Like that's probably the hardest thing for a 9-year-old to do. So I would just pull from like the think of the saddest things that's happening on earth and then just put it in that moment. And
Right.
yeah, so that's really my process for Astra, and it was so much fun playing her as well. I really loved how it turned out in the end. The FX was awesome. I know on set I was so scared because the makeup looks so realistic. There's like
Yeah.
this demon pulling me into this into this dark place, but
Yes.
it's so scary
That
looking at
was scary.
it. And it's so funny because like it's a costume and it's a person underneath. So we were just cracking jokes. We were just cracking jokes about how scary he looks. But yeah.
Listen, see, for me, like if something's behind me and trying to grab me, like I will be like, but you kept it so cool. It was more like a reach out. I was like, oh my gosh. See, it's going to take me a little bit of practice. I know it will, but I'm definitely going to get there. I promise. But I definitely think that you did a really great job in all of the shows that you've been in. The movies has been really amazing. I know one was the Sleepy Hollow you were in. Oh my gosh. And then Watson Go to Birmingham. Oh my gosh, it was really, really great. I'm so proud of you of what the all of the accomplishments that you've done and really worked hard. And I know that when I've been around you and you've been practicing, you get to yourself and like pour into the role that you have.
Yes.
So how is that for you, really studying for the role that you have to portray?
Yeah, so that process, I do take my script and I look over everything. I'm like, how can I relate to this character? What can I pour into this character to make it my own? And
Right.
yeah, so that process takes me a few hours to get, and once I get it, I'm like, okay, let's get started. And it's something I've been doing a lot more with my recent auditions. I did that for my role on as Megan for First Wives Club, which you can see on BET Plus, and we
Yay.
just got renewed for season 3 today. So I'm super
Yay. I'm so excited. Congratulations.
thank you.
I'm excited for you because I know that there's so much great. When I first met you, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so talented and so gifted. And I know that all of your family was pouring into you to really push and standing behind you, pushing you to do greater. For I know that there's been so many commercials that you've been in too. One I actually seen flying in the sky on Delta. I seen you on the screen. And I was like, oh, I know. I said, I know her. That's my niece. So I was like, that's my niece. I know her. So it was really funny. And then a lot of the other one was the gummy, which was the Match'em gummies. I thought that was the cutest thing. You were so cute on there. What was the other one? One was the Jumanji. I thought that was really cute. So you guys popped back out of Jumanji with thinking that it was dirt on you guys, and it was more like poop.
Yeah, that was really fun because we use a lot of imagination for that role.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't actually dissolve into the TV screen, but of course we had to envision that we were, and it was so much creativity going on that set. It was so much fun.
I know it was. I can just imagine. So let me ask you this. So with you doing commercials, one of the gummies you did by yourself, and then Jumanji you did with three other young actors. How different is it, really getting the point across, really showing fun and really getting into character? How different is it from doing it by yourself to doing with other actors?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like when you have other people in the scene, there's more ways you can embody the role and understand exactly who your character is just
Right.
by the way she speaks with other people. And when you do one alone, it's like, I'm here, this, that. So I feel like it's even more creativity when you do it alone, because you can't really fill in those spaces the way you can
Right. Yeah.
everybody else. So when you do it on your own, it's like, well, who is this girl to me? When I read her, what does she sound like?
Right.
Yeah, so it's like a puzzle, just putting the pieces together.
That's cool. That's cool. So I know for me, like when I was watching the Matchum gummies commercial, how you really had to just stay forward and pick up the gummies and match them. I was like, okay, her coordination is good. That's good. Oh my gosh, that's so
How
good.
many takes that took? We shot that like this little boom, boom. Because the thing is, I'm not looking at what I'm doing. So I have to put them together without looking. We shot that like probably 50 times.
Listen, I would have done the same because my eyes would have probably followed my hand. Like going like, okay, so let me put this one down. I'll match the other two and follow my hand again.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
I was picking them up blindly, like, hi, we're gonna pick up this one, and they have to match. That's the thing. They have to match.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, and yeah.
I know because when I did see the scene where when you matched them, it kind of like blew up. I thought that was so neat too. I was like, okay, so she's doing really good because okay, so now I know that it took more than just one take of Bailey hitting those gummies together. Her coordination was not that good.
I think that's the awesome thing about acting. Like what goes on behind the scenes, the editing, the direction.
Right.
Maybe it's not just the actor. When you may see just me on that screen, but there's like 200 people behind the screen.
Wow. Yeah. So does that make you nervous when like there's so many people looking at you and you have to cut, and that doesn't make you nervous?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me nervous. I've been doing this since I was like 5 years old. I went on a stage in front of like over about 1,000 people just to do my monologue. So I'm used to it.
Wow, that's really good. That's awesome. I love that about you. I've always seen so much greatness in you, and you're just not scared to step out and do your thing. Listen, I'm getting there to where I'm not. No, I'm not scared. I'm doing my thing. I don't care what y'all say. So I'm really happy that you're actually out here doing your thing and working really hard on keeping Bailey Tippen in the scene. So the last but not least, you were on the amazing show of OWN Underground. Oh my goodness. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, there's Bailey again. There she is. She's doing her thing. So how was that for you, even working with so many amazing actors that's been on the scene like for years, and you're here and we're like, okay, I got to do this right. I got to be on exactly have it just like they do, because they're at 100. I need to be at 110. Did you ever feel like you have to like outdo the next person that's acting with you?
Well, I knew how great the show was way before I even booked the role. Like way before then, it was actually one of my dream shows. And
Wow.
I booked the role. I was like, whoa, yes, I was so happy. So I knew how big it was then. I knew I had to put the work in, because I'm going to be working with these phenomenal directors, writers, producers, actors. So I know that I have to put the pressure I had to put that pressure down. So it was not something to play around with.
Right. Yeah.
And like we said earlier ago, I would get into my zone and I would literally spend hours just looking at the script, making sure I can pick out every little thing we can do to this scene.
Yes, because I know for the underground, there's so many eyes was on that show because, like you said, it was a popular show. Everybody was watching it. Everybody was into it. Listen, I watched it. I was like, my goodness, this is a good show. Let me just get into this show. And I was like, oh, what's going on? What's happening here? And it was like waiting for the next week to come around. So with so many eyes on that show, was it ever a time that you were thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many people watching this show. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make this show bad at all. Was there ever a time thinking of that?
I feel like with like pretty much all the projects I do, I want to make sure I can leave a good impression with the fans and everyone else we're working with. And I'm so blessed to have been in a position where I was working with people who had a bright vision, like Bokeem Woodbine, and he was so kind. He was so kind even way before we got started filming. And he really was like a father figure on that set. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So Bailey, I love you to death. I wish nothing but the best for you, your goals that you're after to accomplish. I am behind you 1000% because Crystal loves you and Crystal loves you and she wants everything for you. So what's next for Bailey Tippen? What's next for you?
Okay, well, what's next? You guys can be sure to watch me on season 3, Tales. It has not aired yet, but it's coming soon.
Awesome. I cannot wait to watch that. So let the people know how they can connect with you and maybe ask you questions on how to step out into their, into the acting field. So let the people know where they can reach you.
Yeah, you can reach me at Bailey Tippen on Instagram, or you can reach me on Twitter, Bailey_Tippen, and you can reach me on Facebook at Bailey Tippen.
That's awesome. So I want to just wish you all the best and all the love. Congratulations on the season continuing on your show. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see you. Keep on keeping on, girl, because there's so much blessings on blessings out there for you. And I'm so grateful that you had this time to come on with me on the Morning Jam with your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker. You guys can connect with me on Instagram. I was going to say IG, which is Instagram. Facebook. I have a Twitter account, but I'm not on Twitter a lot. I barely get on that at all. So, but yeah, you can definitely reach out to me there. Also on Facebook, I have a Facebook morning show called the Morning Jam Facebook Live. Morning Jam podcast here. You guys be tuning in because there's so much greatness coming on with Crystal Whitaker as well as Bailey Tippen. Y'all better watch out for these ladies. Thank you, Bailey. You are amazing and congratulations. Much love to you, sis. And I love you. Tell the fam I said hello.
Okay. Love you too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.